Good morning, people. Beautiful people. Lovely people. A new dawn. A new dawn is here. It's a little scary, but it's exciting. It's exhilarating. It's that kind of scary. The kind of scary that causes a discomfort that you lean into. And you lean into it because you know it's going to promote growth. You know it's going to be for your highest, better good. Our shadow parts can be so tricky, right? There's a tendency for them to hide from us. There's a tendency, we have blind spots when it comes to recognizing some of them. And it's those parts of ourselves that we continue to try to run from, to try to hide from, to accept as part of us that allows it to control and have any sort of control over us. If you acknowledge it, you take away its power. If you acknowledge its role as a part of you, not as identifying as you, but a piece of you. Piece of the human, a piece that just is, a piece that doesn't have to be innately good or bad. It just is. You acknowledge it, you own it. You take away its power. It can no longer control you. You're able to witness it as a thought passing by. You're able to see it from a different perspective. Go to where the triggers are, because where the triggers are is where the work is. Where the triggers are is where you're still hiding from your shadows. What are you triggered by? What bothers you? What really gets to you? What makes you cringe? What makes you frustrated? What gives your body the icks, or what gives you the heebie-jeebies? Wherever that's at, go to it, run to it. Because your freedom is behind every single trigger. The more you face yourself, the more free you become. There's a duality in everything, as we've said on this channel many times. Everything serves a purpose. On here before, I talked about the difference. I don't think I talked about the difference, actually, because I wasn't acknowledging the shadow that I possess within. When it comes to arrogance, when it comes to confidence, the only difference between the two is the intention of the person. That's it. And so when we deny that we possess arrogance within us, which is when we're acting and running from ourselves, we shame it when it comes up within us. And it takes away our ability to be confident. Because confidence is rooted in your sense of self, your sense of self-worth, your sense of esteem, and what you're trying to articulate with your message and the purpose of the why you're trying to articulate a message. Right? Like, is your intent to help others? Is your intent because you're passionate about something you're speaking on? Or is your intent an attempt to make yourself feel whole, make yourself feel better, build yourself up because you know you're lacking in other places, in other areas? Arrogance is simply the shadow side of confidence, right? And you get to choose. But you can't truly be confident if you don't accept the arrogance that exists within you. You have to be willing to accept it in order to step into your full confidence. Because without arrogance it just is. It doesn't have to be seen as bad. It's just part of the human predicament. It's just something that comes up. It doesn't have to be seen as innately good or bad, or we don't have to identify with it. When it comes up, we can now see it coming up and we can laugh at it and not shame ourselves. I think we shame ourselves when we experience arrogance because we don't like the idea of putting ourselves above others. Or arrogance comes with that. It makes it feel like you don't know what you're talking about, that you don't trust what you're speaking on. You don't trust yourself. Because arrogance is coming from a place of lack. It's not coming from a place of strength. Confidence comes from a place of strength. It takes confidence to admit that you have arrogance within you, right? We got to stop giving power to the shadows. And the only way to do that is to acknowledge that they exist and acknowledge that they're there and acknowledge that they are a part of you. They're just a part of you. It doesn't have to be good or bad. It's just in you. That's okay. You're a human. This is a human vessel. You can't just take an eraser and erase the parts of you that you don't want to identify with or that you think are bad. Nothing's innately good or bad. Everything just is. And it all serves a purpose. And it all has a place and a time to be used. Right? But we have to be willing to accept it. Which is about accepting all parts of ourselves, right? So it's so important because the concept of self-love, like you have to be willing to accept all parts of yourself in order to heal, in order to experience and give unconditional love. You have to be willing to face all parts of yourself and to accept all parts of yourself and not label any part of yourself with shame or with guilt. I think we should learn to be courageous when it comes to owning the parts of us that exist within, because it only showcases how much strength that we have, because we choose what to act on. We choose every day, every moment, who to be, how to act, how to move in this life. That's why it's so sad when we hold people's pasts against them. The justice system, addictions, mental health labels. labels in general, people's past choices. Because at the end of the day, we all are one. We all possess all of the good and bad qualities within us. And it takes real strength to choose a different story every day, or to keep pursuing the story of your heart's true desires every day. When we look back at people's past and judge them for something that's not happening right now, it's telling them that we don't believe in them. It's reinforcing that they shouldn't believe in themselves. I had to have love for all sides, all parts. Because the reality is, without any of the bad, we couldn't have any of the good. You can't learn lessons if you don't have a backboard to, hit something off of. Right? We might chastise ourselves for feeling anger when it pops up. But if you acknowledge that you have that in you, you can see it instead of become it. You can experience and feel it and recognize that it's trying to tell you something or show you something, either about yourself or about a situation, so that you can act on it. It's not there to be shamed. We shouldn't look at feeling anger in any sort of negative light. Anxiety, same thing. It's there. It's popping up to show you or teach you something about yourself or a situation. It's there to make sure that you don't forget to study. That you don't forget that appointment you have. Right? We don't have to give it the power. We can acknowledge it and adjust accordingly. Don't allow to, you acknowledge that you have these within you, and you can start to take away their power over you. Instead of controlling you, they start to aid you. They start to help you navigate the world seamlessly. But it all comes back to self-love. And it's helpful when we're able to see where things are rooted or where things are formed, because then it shows us where something was built, where something comes from, which I think personally in itself helps take away some of its power immediately. Which is why it's so important to do the work, to look at your shadows, your childhood trauma, your past, other things that have affected you during your upbringing, other interactions, other relationships that have shaped core belief systems and values in your psyche. We start to untangle these. We can separate ourselves from them in a way that can just recognize that they're there. And the more we recognize them, and the more we don't associate as them, but rather them as a part of us, piece of us, something that aids us, you take away their power. All right, well, I just woke up, if you guys can't tell. Still tired, but not sleeping too well lately. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot being released. If you found this video, you're probably in the process of releasing a lot as well. Going through a lot of emotions right now. A lot of fear, a lot of doubt creeping in. This is the final push. So that's normal. Well, we don't deny that it's there. We acknowledge it. is a piece of us. We acknowledge that it's from an old system trying to serve and protect us from harm, keep us safe. And then we just release it with love because we know better. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go get ready for work. I don't know if I told you guys already, this is my second to last day of work. I put in my 2 weeks a couple of weeks ago. I am taking a leap of faith. My intuition kept telling me to quit, kept guiding me to quit, to leave. And it came in steps. The first step was acknowledging that I am abundant, regardless. And there's different forms of abundance, and keeping a job that you're not, I don't know, I would say improving and growing at. You don't feel like you're getting anything out of it personally, any sort of satisfaction. If it's just about the income, then is it really worth it? I say no. I know a lot of people will disagree with that, but that's part of the conditioning, the lack mindset. You know, like, why would I keep going against what my soul wants? And it keeps telling me just because I'm getting paid a few extra dollars per hour. You know, at some point you're like, do I care more about my livelihood, my mental, my growth, my purpose, feeling good, truly good about the work I do, or do I just say to heck with all that, I'm gonna keep working here because it pays me $4 extra an hour? You know, we all have choices. That's what it comes down to every time, is making a choice, making a decision. I don't know why that seems so difficult at times, to just stay in the now moment, stay in the present, make that choice, make that decision. I think we let ourselves get out of the present moment because it's almost like a loophole. Like, when we're not in the present moment, we slip back into, we're further away from our highest self when we slip back out of the present moment. So it can be used as kind of a scapegoat, I feel. Which is why I think going back to meditation is so important. And I'm calling myself out here, you know. So if you're someone who's not currently meditating consistently, this is your call. It's time. I'm not saying you have to go crazy with it. Just do, 15 minutes twice a day. We all like to make excuses like we don't have time. My love, you know that's not true. I know that's not true. There is always time. We all have 15 minutes in a day. We all got 15 minutes in a day. You can make it happen. All it's going to do is strengthen you. Because all it's going to do is continue to bring you closer and more consistently in the present moment. Right? It's like any sort of muscle building. It's like anything that you have to practice at. An instrument. The more you practice, the better you get at it, but you have to stay consistent. The more consistent you are, the more muscle memory, the more strength you build up. So it's the same thing for meditation. Just keep going. You have it within you. You have the discipline within you. You just have to choose in the moment to access it. Continue balancing out those energies within. Right? The intuition wants to lead. She's guiding you in every moment. And it's so easy to dismiss her, especially if you're dismantling old systems and beliefs. You might have imposter syndrome happening as you're going through this transition, and that's okay. Just remember that it's going to feel it's going to feel off. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel disorienting to a degree. Because remember, like, you're literally undoing old systems and patterns and ways of thinking and being and operating in the world, right? Like, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to unwind. It's not an easy thing to let go of. It's not something that just happens overnight. It takes time. There are little steps. There are little pieces. You're retraining yourself essentially. So you have to be consistent in your efforts. And just be grateful every step along the way. Because at the end of the day, this is just a journey. This is just about playing and having fun and experience and learning and growing. Getting to have choices is such a beautiful thing, and we oftentimes we can take them for granted, right? Even if they're two good options, because then we feel this tendency to want to be like, well, what if I make the wrong choice, or what if I make this choice and then I regret it? And it's just like, my love. Choices and decisions are one of the joys in life. They're fun. It's an experience. You can never make the wrong choice, because no matter what, at the end of the day, like, you just learn lessons, and lessons are going to come no matter what choice you make. It just might be different lessons, but at the end of the day, they're all going to lead you back to the same. They're all going to lead you where you're meant to go. Right? We know exactly what we're doing. Our highest self knows exactly what it's doing. So just be grateful. Every pain, every heartache, every heartbreak, every tear, every choice, all those emotions. Just be grateful for them, that you get to experience them, listen to them, see what they're trying to teach you, see what they're trying to show you about yourself. That's where the fun lies. It becomes a game. It becomes fun. And I think that's where the journey starts becoming fun, is when you can jump into that mentality and that mindset. And if you're here, maybe that's what you're transitioning into right now. Or maybe that's just what you need to hear if you're here right now. Because it does get easier. You can allow it to become just a fun game, because that's kind of what it is. People talk about like assimilation and a matrix and like all these terms, but that kind of is what it equates to, right? Like, this is like just got dropped onto this earth and these bodies to play this game of life, and we've already pre-planned. This is what I believe. We've already pre-planned out every possible X, Y, and Z, because we are that infinite source, that infinite intelligence. So it's like we know ourselves so well. We know the options we may or may not take. So we plan, A, B, C, and just in case I decide to choose D over there, we got all these different executions and plans thought out. So it's like you're always moving in the right direction, so long as you keep moving. Even choosing not to move is a choice, right? That's still a choice. You're still choosing not to move. That's still a decision. That's still a choice. So make your choices. Take the control. Because either way, a choice is being made. Might as well have fun with it. You should have fun with it. And just learn to accept and incorporate all parts of your shadow. Continue to do that. Continue to break them down into parts of you. My phone's going off over there, so we're going to go ahead and grab that and end this here. I love you guys so much. I hope you have the most wonderful, beautiful day today. Do something nice for yourself. Show yourself some love today. Be very intentional about it. Whatever it is, go get yourself some flowers, cook yourself a nice meal, take yourself out for a walk or a hike or a nice bubble bath. Just do something nice for you, because you deserve it and you are so worthy and you are doing such a great job. Just take a breath. I'm sorry if that's annoying. Just take a breath though. Take a breath. You're doing great. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.